What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach. And I want to let you know that my book, The Embrace Method, How to Leverage Your Trauma and Pain to Live the Life of Your Dreams, the second edition is now available on Amazon for purchase. Through heartfelt anecdotes, practical exercises, and profound insights, this book will show you how to confront your demons, heal your wounds, and emerge stronger and more resilient, ready to embrace a future with limitless possibilities. Remember, embracing your pain is the first step to transforming it into power. Be sure to get your copy today. And remember, embrace your struggles, embrace your successes, and most importantly, embrace yourself. Visit www.embracemethod.com to learn more about the Embrace Method book and the Embrace Framework.
Welcome to the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the essence of culture, our experiences, and a healing journey that shapes our growth in family. Through heartfelt stories about marriage, mental health, relationships, and parenting, we create a space where you can find connection, understanding, and inspiration. Join us as we explore the rhythms of life, one story at a time.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Roots and Rhythm podcast, where we explore the rhythms of life, one story at a time. It's your boy, Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach, and I'm joined by the lovely and one and only
Angie, La Cyber Mommy.
La Cyber Mommy's in the building. Today is Friday, the 14th. Am I right?
Yes, very excited about that.
So November is flying by, sis, with impunity. Yeah, it's not even funny how fast this month is going.
I know.
And I felt like we were looking at our calendar to book our next guest, and I'm like, hey, yo, ain't no more November to book her in.
No.
It's crazy.
It's about to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's about to be Turkey Day. So, we are preparing over here for Turkey Day. Why don't you give us an update, man? How you doing, sis?
Doing good. Wallace is back. He was gone for a lot of days, 10 days. We had Friendsgiving with our crew, our mom's walking club, village crew. We went on a date night.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, like a week before, 2 weeks before.
So we got a lot to talk about.
I know.
We got a lot to talk about.
Our village is strong.
It is strong like Chinese bamboo. Shout out. We used to both live in Lowell at some point, so we seen some bamboo in our day. If you've been to Lowell, Massachusetts, you know. But before we jump in, I want to invite everybody to subscribe.
Please.
We hate to have to keep saying this, but we need your subscriptions. We need y'all to get up.
The views are there, but the subscriptions are not.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of you guys, a lot of you folks love the Roots. You're in rhythm. You're watching the episodes, and you may be commenting, but you're not subscribed. Like, what's wrong with you?
Just click the button.
Just click the button, smash it, so we can get this out to more people. You want these Roots and Rhythm. I also want to extend something to the group, right? Oh. So for those of you who watch this content, engage with it regularly, we want to not only hear from you, we're always telling them to jump in the comments, right? But we also want to invite you to call in. If you want to be a guest on this show where you can get some live coaching, let us know either in the comments or DM us. I'm going to put our email and address right here on the screen. Email us at info@rootsandrhythm.com,
we got an email
podcast.com, or you can just hit us up on the Gmail, which is rootsandrhythmpod@gmail.com. Let us know, because we know that when we are talking about relatable, tangible items here on this show, that it's not only going to strike a chord with you, but it's going to strike a chord with your family, your friends. But sometimes you might need more than a podcast episode at the end of your week at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You might need the coaching right now.
Well, it's funny because as soon as an episode airs, I feel like you get phone calls, I get phone calls, like our friends and family. And then it's like we're just doing like that call after the call. Like if y'all work corporate, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a call after the call. You like got a debrief. And I love those because it's like it gives us like more things to think about, more things to consider. So it would be fun if people were like calling in as it's happening. We just need more live episodes.
We need more live episodes. That's right.
Yeah.
And we love to hear from you guys in the comments. But I want to get to know some of y'all in real time. So if you are interested, and I know you are, make sure that you hit us up on our email or DM us. We look forward to having a conversation with you. But back to the topic at hand. Today we are talking about our village. Now, originally we were going to titled this episode When the Village Fails, which is parenting without the village.
Yeah.
And so we can talk about that a little bit, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know what that's like because our village is strong. Our village is robust. It's diverse. And I can't wait to tell you guys about the friends that we have called family for, it feels like forever, but probably for like the last year or so. But let's bring it back. Let's bring the folks back to last week. 2 weeks ago when we had date night with the familia.
Yes. So it took a while to come together because, people's schedules are busy. And then we had 2 families whose childcare fell through. But then what happened, Vlad? We had Titi Beth come in, which is one of the triplets, Julie's twin sister, Beth. She came in and she's like, hey, well, I'll just watch your kids so you guys can go, because she didn't have her son that weekend. And we're like, oh my gosh, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. And then that fell through. And then we had
I was gonna say, because I'm like, wait a minute, Beth didn't watch nobody.
Right. But she offered, then she said, then it fell through. So then we had Titi Susan, or as Alana calls her, Titi Suze, which is Julie's friend from like 3 jobs ago.
Yeah.
But they've been friends forever. So she, and her son is 14, so she came and she watched all the kids, and it was like easy for her because it's like, how some people are just meant to like be the Pied Piper of children.
Yes. Yeah,
she's one of those. She brought activities. The girls are just like enamored with her, like, whatever you want, Titi Suze. Like, they just did good listening. Yeah. So it was great.
Susan is awesome. Shout out to Susan if you listen to this, girl. We love you.
Love you, Titi Suze.
I've known Susan, let's see, I think maybe 8 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wild to think about.
Yeah, because Julie was saying how she's known Saeed since he was like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Awesome, man. They're awesome. So glad we could call them family. But she did come through.
Yep. So she babysat
that day. It was a busy day. I was speaking in Boston at the Black Boy Joy Conference. Shout out to my man Craig Aarons Martin. Probably saw me in a couple of his shows. Awesome, good friend of mine. Does a Black Boy Joy Conference for the Black and Brown youth of the city of Boston every single year. Last year was the inaugural event. This year was ×2. And it was just amazing to see so many Black. And what was great to see Black boys show up with their Black dads and Black moms.
I love it.
I'm like, yeah.
I love it.
This is what happens when you're living in your dream, right? Because the things that you wish your parents had and you had available to you, we had it there. So yeah, it was a busy day. I was speaking at the Black Boy Joy Summit, and then we went on date night. I met you guys at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And we so it actually didn't even go the way that we thought it was going to go, because my black butt wanted to go to dinner, have a nice little adult time, and then take my black butt home so I could go to sleep.
Right.
But, so we went to this, what was that bar called? It was called it wasn't a bar, it was a restaurant. We went to this restaurant. It was like
it had like a piano bar next door.
Then next door, there was like a piano bar, dueling piano bar where we could sit down and you can get all the, whatever, you get your drinks and everything. But there's 2. Was there 2 pianos? I don't think it was a dueling piano bar, actually.
They weren't dueling. I think it was one lady playing piano and she took requests by, donation or whatever.
It's like Club 88.
Yeah, right? something like that. But it was fun. And then the group got to see Wallace sing because he hasn't had any local things that people can go to, not until February. So
that's true.
Hit up bonthehouse.com to see where they're playing. But anyway, so they finally heard Wallace sing and they were just like, oh my gosh. They loved it. And me, I always love it.
It was wild, man, because, I've seen Wallace sing. my man is talented, super, super talented, but nobody else in that room had.
Right.
And so I remember the bartender, she's about to throw an apron on the stage. I'm like, y'all better watch out, because if Angie catch you, it's going to...
Throw dollars. We got bills to pay.
Yeah. She's like, donate to the cause if you don't like my man singing.
Right.
It was awesome, though. It was awesome. And what song did he sing? He sang a Stevie Wonder joint.
Yeah, and then I think a John Mayer song. Yeah. Gravity. Awesome. He sang Gravity and some Stevie Wonder song. Stevie Wonder has so many hits. So
I knew
great.
It was Stevie. I didn't even know what song it was, but Stevie Wonder's got like a million songs.
Right.
Literally.
No, exactly.
So,
exactly. And it's Wallace's favorite. He's Wallace's favorite.
Oh, you never told me that.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder and Sam Cooke are 2 of Wallace's.
You can't go wrong with
Stevie Wonder. Wallace is 85 on the inside.
Yeah,
he's an old soul.
Yeah. That's what I love about him, man. So we went there, had a great time, and then one of our friends was like, hey, you guys want to go to Medallion? I was like, Hey everybody, it's your boy Vlad the Bull, your #1 Embrace coach. Listen, I know that you are enjoying this Roots and Rhythm podcast episode, but I want to take a minute to talk to my fellas. Let's talk energy and vitality. If you've been feeling low, sluggish, or not quite yourself in the bedroom, it's time to check out the Natural E-Man. It's a powerful, all-natural men's supplement created by a good brother I trust, Dr. Quentin Cancel, someone I met in my men's group who's all about holistic health and real results. Trust me, I've seen the impact firsthand. So if you're ready to level up your energy, confidence, and performance, visit naturaleman.com and feel the difference. That's naturaleman.com. The link's in the show notes. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
What is medallos? I didn't know what it was because I didn't grow up in Boston, and my clubbing days are far behind. Medallo's like a medal?
A medal?
Yeah, medallos.
Una medallo.
Yeah. It's a Colombian nightclub. Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of like a nightclub. It's a it's a bar, right? I would say
it's like a bar with music.
It's a Colombian dive bar, right? So you gotta get your ID checked at the door and all that. We've been going there for years now. Back if you would have known me back in like 2015, 2016, or 2014. Oh, I was in there every weekend. Oh. Every single
the
weekend.
Spot to be. I mean, it was packed. Yeah. It was a lot of people there.
Yeah. It's it's actually better now that we went because before my Tarvena Medallo, whatever it's called, was a gangster bar. When I say gangster bar, I mean like when I got to know, you know me, I talk to everybody, I gab. When I got to know people, I got to know them and learn that, this place is actually, there's a lot of gangsters and shifty dudes who be coming in here. But they were cool with me because I'm the funny guy.
Right.
You can't kill the funny guy, right?
Until you die.
Until you do. But new management, great place, great music. You know me, I'm a bachatero at heart. So we went there with the crew. I didn't want to go at first. I was making a big stink
It was
about
late.
It was late, too. No, it wasn't that late. It was like 11:30, 11. That is late. But we were already out.
If you over 35, over 32, that's late.
It is late. And 9 o'clock is late.
Right.
I'll be catching the sleepy jeepies.
And what time did we get to dinner? 9 o'clock because Vlad got there late to his mama house.
Listen, in hindsight, this is what I should have done. I should have gone. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered what I did. So, and this is why I was late. I don't know if I've explained this. So the reason why I was late was because, so I went to my mom's house, got changed, went back with my little cowboy hat. I should toss that on here too. I'm going to see, so y'all see my outfit.
So you can see all our outfits. We should put the group picture on.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on this. Check this out. You guys see what the whole familia look like right here. We were all styling and profiling. So I went to my mom's house. I was feeling kind of sick that day too. So I went to my mom's house, had some emergency Haitian tea. My mom wasn't there. Neither was my brother. Got changed, went back to meet the crew afterwards so we could debrief, have a good time, toast, whatever. But they weren't there. And so I got there and I'm just like...
Everybody running late.
Dude. So I got there and it was like, I think we were supposed to meet at 7:45, 8 o'clock, something like that. And so I get back there and we were supposed to meet there at 6. I got there like at 6:45. I was going to pop in, have a quick drink with them, pop out. Bro, they didn't get there until like 7:30. And I was like, well, what the f-? So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm like, yo, Craig, let me buy you a drink. Toast you, congratulations, dap everybody up. All the speakers were there, all the panelists. And then I left. So that's why I got there late. So long day, but the food was good. The bar was good. The piano bar was good. Not a place I would go to on my own.
Nah.
But a little bit too rowdy.
Yeah,
if you've been to Boston and you've been in, and you've got a face that looks like one of ours, and you've been to a place called Mr. Dooley's, or Howl at the Moon that's a dual piano bar.
Okay,
I think that's a place I'd appreciate now more, just a little bit more. But like, I'm not gonna be around a bunch of rowdy moon blanc jumping up down. Like, you know what I saw? You know what it was, Andrew? I saw a girl next to us where we were sitting with the group with no shoes on. I'm like, that's it.
Not dirty foot.
No. We're not doing that. When I used to bounce, they say it all the time. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, go to Medallo. It was cramped. It's a small spot, but it was cool. We were the only people in there drinking water.
Yeah. Our table had 15,000 bottles of water on it.
Yo, we were making it rain. We were popping Poland Springs up in there.
Yeah. It was funny. People had hookah, people had drinks, and then our table full of waters.
Bro, we were drinking. We were guzzling that water. Ain't nobody had time to be dehydrated. It was a Saturday evening, right? I mean, come on, man. I used to work for the state police. I know what time it is. So
with the picture, we had two families missing because one group doesn't like loud noise, and I'm like, well, yeah, they would have had a terrible time.
And the lights.
There were a lot of lights, whatever. So yeah, so they're missing. So from our picture, but all of us were on that Friendsgiving picture. So
that's true. So yeah, that brings us to Friendsgiving. Friendsgiving was a great time. Shout out to you, sis, and our friend Cassandra.
Yes, for hosting.
Because it was just so awesome. The food was great. Yeah, it was just great to get and the family, the family that was missing from date night was there.
Everybody was there.
And it wasn't representative of everybody within our group, because obviously Susan, Susan, Beth, right?
Yeah, all the people with little kids like that were raising the kids together, and we live relatively close. Yeah, because again, it was also missing, like, we all have our friends that either don't have kids or we know through like other circles. So this is like our group village that we belong to together.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
One of our friends made this I do not like buffalo dip.
Buffalo chicken dip.
It was so damn good. Matter of fact, before we even sat down, we were going ham on that, and we were all looking at each other like, I forgot who asked. I think it was it you, or was it, I forgot who it was. Somebody's like, are we gonna sit down and eat? I'm like, with these kids? Where we all gonna sit in one place? These kids are too young. Like, so everybody just kind of eating where you can. You know how it is,
Yeah. But it was nice. I got to sit down and enjoy. I think we all took turns, like, getting together and, like, in our little groups, like, all right, who's going to go make sure the kids eat? And then, like, people went and came back. And then, so it was good. I had a good time.
Very good.
The kids were very happy. We had the kids already asking, are we doing this again for Christmas? They just want to get. Know that. Yeah, Christine's kids. They're like, are we doing a mom's club Christmas party? And we're like, we should. Just like a pajama party with the kids.
I think we were talking about, I heard somebody say Secret Santa or something like that. But yeah, it was so great. All the kids, we have a picture of them all together, and it just makes my heart so full. Obviously, that's a big part. I'm sure it's really important to you because you guys are not even from Boston originally.
Yeah, no, we don't have any family here except the family that we have created in the 10 years that we've been here.
Right.
And like I was saying, so we have our group here with all the kids, and then we have, when Alana started preschool, we have we call them tag team because it's Tegan Alana Griffin, tag team parents. Shout out to Carrie and Aaron. I call ourselves IKEA, the incredible Carrie, Aaron, and Angie. IKEA.
Oh, gee.
I love to come up with acronyms for my groups. Okay.
IKEA though, IKEA is so unpopular.
Is it unpopular?
Amongst us.
It's famous.
Surface dwellers, huh?
It's famous.
Yeah, but it's cheap. Like, IKEA is what you order from if you, like, strapped as a program director in a youth program. If you need to order some Legos to sit on. You know what I'm saying?
They have cute kid things because kids break everything. Anyway, Facts. IKEA, shout out to Carrie and Aaron. So we have that group. Then we have our church family. And then we have our group that I'm going to come up with a cool name for because Vlad hates it and I love it. So when I come up with that name, it'll be great.
What do I hate?
Coming up with cool names.
I hate coming up with cool names?
Apparently, you hated IKEA.
Oh. All right, come up with a cool name.
Well, it's our names. It's the acronyms. You come up with something else with KEA. Okay?
Give me some time. I will.
Okay.
I will.
So we're going to come up with something together for our village name.
We're going to call it, we're going to be the miscreants.
No. I don't accept that for the children.
No, not for the children. Maybe we need to come up with separate names for the adults.
Oh, for the adults and the children, yeah.
Yeah. It's great because our children all have different personality and they complement each other well. And I think our kids are still trying to get.
I'm just so glad that no one has beef. Because you know how sometimes you're like, oh, can't hang out with them. They're like spoiled brat. And then,
well, that's
messing with the children.
This is going to sound kind of harsh, but this is part of what we're talking about today in forming a village to bolster and enhance your child rearing process, right? Is we're strategic and intentional about who we let into the village, who we invite in to our village. Because let's keep it a stack.
we don't talk about some surface level stuff.
That's true.
We are all helping each other grow, and we're all ambitious. There really is no time for us to be playing. Because the people who have those trouble kids, mostly, I'll say, in my experience, I mean, trouble kids, not trouble kids, but like, who's going to want to hang out with somebody you don't want to hang out with?
No, facts. And I also like that, and at least for our group and even tag team, we can go around and discipline each other's children because none of us are over here beating our kids. That's another thing.
Yep.
But I can definitely, I feel like anyone in our group can go up to Alana and say, you shouldn't be doing that if she's doing something that's not right. And I wouldn't feel some type of way because I know it's coming from a place of love and it's coming from a place of correction to make her better and to help me, because what if I wasn't there? Like the behavior needs to be corrected at some point, you know? Right. So
absolutely 100% true. You know, and I think that the more adults a child has around them who are safe adults, the better and more well-rounded they're going to be, which brings me to my first question, right?
Okay.
Is this model of what we've created, this intentional village full of hope, aspiration, diversity, whatever, is this something that you've seen growing up? Like, is this something that was happening where your parents did your parents have friends with kids that they brought you around? Or was it strictly your blood family that you stuck around?
Well, it's funny, Vlad, because when we were growing up, we didn't grow up around family. My dad was the youngest. He left Cuba. My dad went to DR, met my mom, brought her to the States. And then all his family, well, I guess when we were little, we lived in Miami with all the Cubans. But then when my dad got this job in Palm Beach County, so it's like 2 hours away, we were 2 hours away from the family. So we literally grew up with like my mom's friends and her kids and their kids, I should say. So we grew up more kind of like this, but not as big of a group because there were already 6 of us. So it's like, well, how many more children you want to bring
how much
to
more
the
house do we
situation? But it's funny because we grew up with this other family and they also had 6 kids, but I was the oldest out of everybody. And then Emmy, who is right after me, their family started with like Emmy's best friend, that they're still best friends to this day. And then all the kids followed suit like that. So I just remember one time my mom and Miss Josie, they came, you know, we all came to my house and it was like the 12 kids because 6 of them, 6 of us. And my mom just made this giant pot of spaghetti and literally just put it in the middle of the table. And then we just ate from like the big bowl of spaghetti. It is just like memories like that, or just like we used to have like an acre of land and we just run around and play hide and go seek outside in like the dark. All of us, you know, well, the kids that, you know, because they had little kids too.
Y'all didn't have no wild animals.
No.
Y'all had no wildlife. Come and say it. 12 kids, dark, 1 acre. It could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing like dangerous. I mean, we had like rabbits and stuff because we had like a lot of bushes, but nothing. What? What? A rabbit? You're scared of a rabbit?
You had a rat in the plane.
You scared the ish out of me, Vlad.
I'm like, don't you know
we didn't have rabbits. The rabbits lived outside. Oh my gosh.
Yo, I mean, you've seen it around here. I saw a deer yesterday. We have coyotes. Oh, I'm gonna see them.
But you don't have this fenced in, so the animals could just come and knock on your door.
And knock on your door and on your bathroom door too. That's what they be disrespectful. But that's such a beautiful memory.
Yeah.
I could think about this big old, I don't know how big a bowl or a chaudière or a casserole you want to call it.
It's the big old silver pots. Everybody has one of them.
The tall ones?
All the Caribbean, the wide ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Every Caribbean house has one. I mean, I have one, but it ain't that big.
Right.
It's like, this was like.
Oh, man. So was it spaghetti and meatballs or just spaghetti?
No, just spaghetti and like ground beef.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think spaghetti and meatballs is like an Italian thing. We make spaghetti with ground meat. Like, what is it? Like meat sauce.
My mom used to make spaghetti and meatballs, but like never really with a lot of, like, you know how when Americans do it, it has a like butt ton of tomato sauce and paste. And they don't make that time. Like it was
it's
very
not saucy.
It's not saucy. And I don't think Americans make it with like, they don't saute the spaghetti.
Yeah, you don't have onions and peppers.
Yeah, we have onions and peppers in our spaghetti. Is that weird? Put it in the comments if you think that's weird. I don't think it's weird.
I don't think it's weird either. But that same pot of spaghetti is what, like, when we went to the beach is what we take. Dominicans take spaghetti to the beach. I don't know why it's beach food, but it is.
What about when you flew? When you were flying on a plane, did you bring your own food? Because back in the day when you were able to do that, Haitians would be
Oh,
traveling.
yeah. But you know what's funny? I remember when we moved to the States, Vlad, that mommy did pack food and we were eating it. And we had like all the pots and pans with us too. Like
on the plane?
On the plane.
Yeah,
I know. Not that they were out, but I specifically remember like having them like on the overhead.
Yeah. Was your mom the one in the back of the plane?
We had to bring him to Florida with us.
Oh my gosh, man. That is funny. That is so funny. You know, so it makes me think about when I was growing up, like I said, there was potential for community building there within my family. So I'm going to say something that might sound weird, but my mom had friends, but my dad didn't really have friends. And there weren't many visitors to our house for many reasons.
My dad's friends were literally his work buddies, but they never came over. And then we were only allowed to hang out with kids that he knew their parents because, again, where I lived, everyone pretty much worked at the same place at the sugar mill, sugar plantation. So if he knew their parents and they were like good workers.
Plantation?
Yeah, like where you make the sugar. Like the sugar mill.
I was like, damn, I have to get my time right. I'm like, damn, you guys.
Yeah, no, this was in the 90s.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn. How old are you?
So yeah, so if he like knew their parents and he's like, oh, that girl's dad's a good worker, she could come over. But if it's like, nah, he's slacking off, she can't come over.
So work ethic was the only requisite?
Well, that's all my dad knew. Is like he went to work and came home. So it was like, oh, if he knew their parents or their grandparents, and he's like,
what about values? What about morals?
He don't talk about that. He don't talk about that.
Right. Well, I mean, hey, but at least he scoped them out, right?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
My dad. On my dad's side, there's only one friend of the family that ever came by. This guy named Gabriel, God rest his soul. And he had 2 daughters, but I never spent no time with the daughters. They were much older than me. And Gabriel stole my bike, or my dad gave my bike to him and made me think it was stolen. So that was a terrible memory. But anywho, when I was younger, my mom was really always, still to this day, as you can see, my mom's very keen on bringing people together for holidays, birthdays, and all the kids would get hats, little party hats, and my cousins, Steve and Lisa, they lived next door, so they grew up with us, and we'd have party hats, and they used to always come, and that was great. I have very few hazy memories of going next door to my aunt's house when my cousins lived, and at that house, my dad's brothers, his siblings, all of his siblings that they were in good graces with, all lived there at some point at the same time. Kind of, right? So my grandmother lived there, my 2 aunts, my 2 uncles, and then my 2 cousins. So there's a lot. But, you know, when there's dysfunction in the home, there's in dissension and beef. Like my dad and his siblings would be beefing on, this is how it always happened. Sunday, everybody comes. Coffee's made. Everybody's talking in happy spirits, usually talking about sport or politics or something like
Whatever's going on.
Whatever, talking about people. And then somebody says something that somebody else doesn't like. One person disagrees, and 1 or 2 siblings jump on the agree side, or 1 or 2 siblings jump on the disagree side. Everybody blows up, says they hate each other, they'll never talk to each other again until next Sunday, and then we're all breaking bread again. That's exactly how I saw that happen every single Sunday. So that being said, as far as the village is concerned, when things started getting bad between my mom and my father, I stopped, like, for whatever reason, and I couldn't explain it to you, but my cousins were no longer, like my cousin Steve, he's 9 years older than me, so he graduated from high school, went on, lived his life. But for whatever reason, Lisa was not able to come and do birthdays anymore. Like, we didn't get the crew together anymore on my mom's side, so like it was isolated. So after she left, my mom always had friends. I don't really remember meeting them. Their kids, I don't remember their kids, but like my mom had friends. I knew some friends from like Catholics, from like CCD, but again, these like are not like my best friends or anything like that. So I didn't grow up witnessing what it looked like to have a village that is intentionally built outside of your gene pool. And I wanted that experience that you had. I wanted that experience for myself, first and foremost, but I also wanted it for my children because the way that, I mean, I'm keeping it a stack. Lito, literally yesterday we're coming home and he's like, I want to go to Aria's house.
And you should.
All the time.
Just come. We are there every day after 4:30.
It's like, I want to go to Aria's house. Or like he thought we were going to school. He's like, all right, are we going to see Aria? I'm like, Aria doesn't go to your school. He's like, no. So, anywho, that's the beauty in having that. And And it goes to say, even if you haven't had it growing up yourself as a child, doesn't mean you can't create it.
No, you definitely can create it. Because another place that my mom met people and, you know, we became friends or friendly and we'd go to each other's houses is like PTA. So she was like a very involved parent at the school. And then she'd, you know, I met this person that's so-and-so's mom. Do you know that girl? And I'm like, oh, I do know that girl. And we'll like hang out and we'll do stuff together, go on field trips. And, you know, it's kind of like you're building those relationships that maybe you wouldn't have had because your mom introduced you or your parents introduced you to someone else. Same thing with all our kids. They all go to different schools.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like they didn't meet at school. They met because of us. And who knows how long they'll stay friends.
Right.
You know, because right now it's kind of like a forced friendship. You're going to go hang out because us parents are going to hang out, you know? So I just think it's like so beautiful just to see like how that progresses. And I know we joke about all the time, like, oh, well, Lito and Ari are finna get married, you know? And I would never put that pressure on either of them. This is just things that we talk about. But how cool would that be? You know?
Yo, to be in-laws on top of friends, like, hey, I ain't mad at it. And look, the kids love each other. But again, they're not even 3 years
No.
old.
Right. And these are just like us thinking things. Like I would never tell the kids that. But like Emmy's best friend, Jocelyn, she has a daughter and Emmy has 2 sons. So she's always like, you know, but what if it's like, I already love their family. Like we've known each other for years since we were little. Like their dad is like kind of like our other dad. Like he's always checking our report cards. Like he was doing a lot for us too. So it's like, how cool would that be? It's like you're sharing a grandkid.
That was pretty
right?
Awesome.
Then it's like you're not fighting for like not love, but you know what I mean? Like you're not fighting to spend time with them because it's like we're gonna be hanging out anyway, just with like the grandkid.
Well, I'll tell you this, because the next thing I wanted to talk about are what are the drawbacks to not having a support system or a village. Like say you're raising a family and it's just you, your spouse, and your child, and your dog, and your cat, and maybe your goldfish, but you don't live around any family. That was your reality for you and Wallace when you guys first came here, before you had kids. What are the drawbacks to that not being available? And then what are the positive effects? What are the benefits of having a strong village like we're creating here? So I guess I'll ask you this. When you and Wallace first came and you guys have no family up here, and you're obviously thinking about creating a family.
Right.
What were some of the more difficult challenges you had in not having your family or any family readily available?
It's funny because I don't think that I experienced like loneliness that I think would happen because people don't have people around them to do all those things. Because as soon as Wallace moved, he moved here like 2 months before I moved. So he was here by himself with Lily, with our dog, R.I.P. He found a church. So he was literally visiting churches. He's like, oh, I'm going to find a church. So when Angie gets here, it's like we have a church to like continue to go to. So we started doing stuff with the people in the church, you know? And I know some people aren't religious. People don't go to church, but that's how we did it, right? And it's funny because we started going to the church in Lowell, Ebenezer, and Wallace visited there and he just got all these signs that that's where we were supposed to be. So like the pastor was Puerto Rican. Our old pastor in Palm Beach was Puerto Rican.
Oh.
The pastor's last name was Hernandez. That's my maiden last name.
Alignment. Come on.
Yeah, right? And then so Wallace obviously speaks Spanish, but they don't know that. It was a Spanish church. So Wallace and I decided to keep going to Spanish church so he can practice his Spanish. And if we have kids, you know, they'll go there too. So they sat someone next to Wallace, assuming that he didn't speak Spanish, to interpret for him, right? The guy that sat next to him had just moved back to Massachusetts from Jacksonville, Florida.
Come on, bro. Like that's not even funny how succinct that is.
That's what I'm saying. He was in Jacksonville for like 3 years. He just moved back, you know, whatever. Wallace is like, bro, I'm from Jacksonville.
Wow.
It was just too many signs. So it's like we loved our Ebenezer family. Like it was just great. And then like the week after we started going there, we got real tight with like the pastor's family. Again, because we were new in there, you know, just welcoming us. But his son needed a kidney transplant.
Oh.
So his son was like on the recipient list for years, like praying for kidney. And then the week after we got them, we started vibing and hanging out. His son got a kidney and I didn't have a job. So I was literally like there helping his son for like 2 months.
Yo, Angie, I thought you were going to say.
I didn't give him my kidney.
I thought Wallace gave him a kidney.
No. No. We just met these people. No, But anyway, like I was
man.
available is what I'm saying. I was available and there. So it's like, then what did we do? Become part of the village. You know, it's like we just started acting like villagers. What's needed? What's not? We need this. You need that. Like, yeah. So it was just beautiful. So that happened. So I've never not had people. One, because God be looking out and I'm just highly favored like that. That's how I feel.
Highly blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all right. That's fair. What would you have, I guess let me put it this way. So you had the community established for you, at least for you when you came out here.
Yes.
But while Wallace, and so that means you guys didn't even know what it was like to have a family without some external support here. Anyway.
Right. Not family, no.
Right. Because once Alana was born and then, y'all know the story. Y'all know the story. If you do it, shout it out in the comments. But
that miracle baby's going to be 6 years old in a month. She's going to be 6 in December.
Oh, shoot.
Can you?
In my mind, I thought she just turned 5.
No.
Because she just started kindergarten, right?
Yes.
Oh.
I know. It's a gut punch.
Oh.
Not to change the subject, but every day I look at her, she just looks more grown up and I'm going to start crying. So, yeah, she's going to be 6.
Wow.
I know.
And here's the thing I want us to keep in mind is that she's turning 6, Lito's turning 3. At some point, these kids are going to be 13 or 14, and eventually they're going to be grown.
Oh, my God.
And what is it that we want them to remember? What is going to be their big pot of spaghetti and ground beef? What is going to be the lessons and traditions that they bring into their next group? I would hope that regardless of whether or not Lito and Aria get married,
right.
to each other, we don't have a requisite of there being romantic relationships necessary between our kids, because you start forcing it gets a little weird.
Right.
But I would hope that they all remain connected and remain friends.
Like that's my cousin.
Yeah, like that's my cousin, that's my homie, like that's my family. I'm a ride for them and I'm gonna support them. I would hope that this, in essence, actually, when we talk about benefits, we're building a support system for our kids, teaching them how to be a support to each other. And so by the time they get old enough and they realize, like, oh shoot, I need help, or I need friends, or I need a playmate, or I need somebody to study with, I need somebody to play sports with. Bro, you're already here. And if you want to add more to the fray, that's cool. But you have parents who gave you a foundation, who taught you how to be in relationship with other people. I think that's one of the biggest benefits in my mind in creating an intentional community of support, because there is no way that Lito, Ariel, and the whole gang can grow up not knowing how to be in relationship and therefore be in isolation. Yeah. Because we're almost forcing them to get out of isolation. That's something I'm learning how to do as an adult, is to get out of isolation and in the community, right? Yeah. We
weren't made to do life alone. Nah. As much as we like, the peace and quiet, okay, but that's temporary, because I feel like we crave that community, that togetherness, like to be with others, just living life and just doing like the mundane nitty gritty of every day together,
Yeah, no, and I'm, me, I'm a strong proponent for this. And part of the other reason why I'm so driven and passionate about this, right? I told you that we all grew up in that one house. That's what but I also saw the other side of it, right? In between Sundays, I would say, what did my family, at least my father's side, look like? What did my family look like from Sunday afternoon to Sunday morning of the next week? And oftentimes, God rest her soul, Tata Aglin, I remember she would be sitting in the corner. There's a staircase in the hallway. You walk through the apartment, couple rooms here. Here's a dining room. There's a room right off there where my uncle lived and my cousin. Bathroom, you go down the hallway, there's a window, beautiful natural light. And then there's a chair and a little table just in the hallway, and then there's the stairs right there. And my aunt would always be sitting there watching people and not saying anything, but just watching, just standing there, just looking out the window, longingly just watching people. There was a dance school across the street, and she would just watch. And I think one day I asked her, what are you looking at? And she's like, I just love to see people walking down the street. She was living vicariously through them. And if you watched our previous episode, this is like maybe 20 episodes back at this point, but we talked about my aunt, my family, the financial situation, and how we fumbled the bag because of disconnection. So in talking about community, I saw my aunt not have a community she felt alienated and estranged from the siblings that she lived with. But the crazy part is that her siblings felt the same. So they were all in a house together, but they didn't know how to be together in a healthy and sustainable way. So my aunt would be sitting here in the dark. This is depression. This is what depression looks like. And my other aunt would be upstairs with my grandmother. My grandmother would be taking a nap. My aunt is sitting there, I don't know, knitting, doing something. She was always the busy bee, worker bee. And here's the part. I never knew they had any friends. Never mind meeting them. I didn't know if they had any friends.
But wait, Vlad, they weren't on the phone just randomly with people?
No.
Yeah. See?
My mom is always on the phone. My mom can have a whole damn hotline. That's how often my mom.
Right. And that's the thing. So it's like even if the friends aren't there, because again, it's hard. Like it's a privilege that we get to live so close to people that we, are interacting with. But everybody doesn't have that, especially like in the city. Who can afford to live in Cambridge?
Oh, well, you know
or
what?
Everett.
Back then, you could.
Okay. But yeah, people were still calling your mom and they still call her, So it's like even those phone relationships, like I'm on the phone with my sister every day. We FaceTime all the time. The kids see each other. And I made that a point when my nephews were little because we had just moved up here when my nephew was born. So I was like, he cannot not know who I am.
Oh,
He can't. Like, not on my watch, right? And granted, before the girls, I'd be in Florida like every 2 or 3 months. Like, we need to hang out. This baby needs to see my face. Or there was an event or whatever. Like, I have a big family, so I feel like every month it's something. So there's always something going on. But I needed him to be able to see me, interact with me, even if it was just over the cell phone. So he knows that, like, I'm there for him. Like, let's have these jokes, like, whatever. And then to the point that now it's like when I see him, he's like so excited. But it's like he saw me literally every day of his life, So,
up until you moved.
No, this was when I moved.
Oh, when you moved.
We talked every single day.
Wow.
And then when we saw each other, like I'd surprise him, like my sister and I coordinate. When I go on work trips, like I can't go to Florida and not see my nephew. Oh, right. I'm 3 hours away. I'm going to make it happen. Like I cannot not go to my sister's house, But yeah, I think that's how it's going to be because you have to be intentional about the relationships in the village. Like I said, be a villager, and contribute to what you're trying to build.
Now, you brought up something that I want to pick apart for the audience just a little bit in being intentional about creating these relationships. When I'm sitting here trying to jog my mind, Angie, I know that you and I and Wallace and Julie all got together because of my brother-in-law was in the same group as your husband. Okay.
Yes.
And so then that's how our relationship blossomed. But then, and I felt like it was just us for a little bit, but then when we moved out here is when things got different. So when we moved out here, then I found my friend Jeff, who happens to live like 20 minutes away from me and 20 minutes away from you, equidistant.
We're like a little triangle.
We're a triangle. And so they live over there, and they brought their friends from the daycare. I think
from daycare.
So their kids went to the same daycare, and then the friends that didn't go to Medallo with us, that came to Friendsgiving, they also know them, that daycare, and I know my friend Jeff from 3rd grade.
Right. It's crazy.
It's wild.
And then I brought my neighbor.
And your neighbor, you brought your neighbor.
Me and Christine had mom's club, so she lives 2 doors down from me. And I was like, you need to get in on this.
Well, I'm glad you did because she is so sweet.
Isn't she the best?
She is just like the sweetest lady. If you're watching, Christine, shout out. We love you, girl.
Yes, we do love you.
Sweet.
We do love you. And then Cassandra's dad met Dallas at gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then was like, you need to meet my daughter. And then her and DeAndre are involved now too. But yeah, so that's like our group.
You know what's funny? Again, we talk about the benefits and the wild reach of benefits. Guess who I had a phone conversation with the other day? DeAndre's son. Because he wants to get into voiceover.
Yes. Isn't that great?
So I'm like, the fact that he said, hey, yo, bro, let me call my son real quick. While we were at Cassandra's house for Friendsgiving.
I'm going to call him right now. You can talk to him.
I was like.
Because he has a grown son. So everybody watching. He has a grown son. He wasn't one of the little kids.
No. This ain't one of those. But like his son is grown. Grown man just bought his own condo. Is doing great. And he's like, I'm going to call him right now. I was like, wait. It's like, it's kind of late, bro. You think you want to call him right now?
Them 20-year-olds are awake.
Now, he was like, I was sleeping. He's like, what are you sleeping? He's like, yeah, I was sleeping.
Responsible.
Yeah, I was like, good on you. Good on you. Because when I was your age, I would not be sleeping on a Saturday.
He'd be at Medallo's.
On a Monday, though?
Oh, but there's no school the next day or work. No?
Did we do it on a Sunday or
it was
Monday?
It was Monday before Veterans
Day. That's Tuesday. Nah, my ass would have been asleep too. But maybe. Actually, no, I wouldn't. What the heck? Yeah, no, I'd be out and about at 21. Come on, it's 20.
You'd be at that Veterans Day party somewhere.
Yeah,
Because people party for everything. It's MLK Day. Let's party.
You know, in college, did you guys do Marathon Monday or was that just a Massachusetts thing?
We don't have a marathon in Florida. So, yeah, it was just up here.
Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? Well, all right. You know the reason why I forgot that was because so in college, I went to LaSalle College for my first school. I went to 4 different schools, for those of you who don't know. ADHD. But, and people get together and drink on Marathon Monday.
Yeah, and it's like Patriots Day or whatever.
It's Patriots Day.
Yeah, we don't have that down there.
You don't have Patriots Day? You don't celebrate Patriots Day?
No.
Why not?
Because Patriots Day is literally the battle between Lexington and Concord or whatever. That's an up here thing, Vlad.
Oh yeah, I guess that.
Yeah.
Oh, so then what kind of holidays did you guys have?
No, not Florida ones. It was just like
holidays.
it was just the federal ones.
Iguana Day?
No, just the federal ones.
Palm Tree Day?
No.
Roots and Rhythm Day?
No.
Roots and Rhythm Day, RR Day.
Not yet. That's June 20th.
It's June 20th. Shout out. Watch out, boss. We're going to make it happen. All right. Okay. So people get together on Marathon Monday and drink all day.
Right.
They make their own marathon and just drink. And they're like, Vlad, you can hang out for Marathon Monday. I was like,
no.
Are any of you running in a marathon?
Of course not.
And they're like, no.
They're going to go cheer people on the sidelines.
So I'm like, wait a minute. You guys go to the marathon sidelines drunk just because? They're like, yeah. I'm like,
They want to be on TV.
That's stupid. That's just stupid. But I was going somewhere with that, and now I don't remember.
Oh, The Village and DeAndre's son, you called him. So it's like he had someone within the circle that had something his son needed, blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're creating relationships. We're modeling the depth for those relationships, but we're also creating a network, right? So if 20 years in the future, I know Alana's going to be CEO of some skyscraper building somewhere. If she needs somebody to come in and I don't know, to be a part of her company, or she needs a service from somebody else. I don't know exactly what Lito's going to be doing, but I know he's going to be great as well. All of our kids are going to be powerhouses.
Oh, I feel that.
So, you know, it's great that they have this network. And oh yeah, that's what I was wrapping up. To wrap up what I was saying about my dad's siblings, I saw the fallout, the drastic, very apparent consequences of not having a friends group. Because check this out, they were always beefing on both sides of my family. My mom and my dad, intermittently throughout my life, have had on and off relationships with their siblings. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're not talking. I know that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what we saw. It was not nothing. Like, we had an aunt in Haiti that we thought was dead.
She was very much alive.
And she was very much alive. We didn't realize that until like maybe 8-9 years ago.
Wow.
And now they have a relationship. But like, you know, it's just so stupid. But what if my dad's family, because my mom had friends all the time. Still got friends.
But that's women though, Vlad.
That's women.
We're never gonna not unless we're nuts.
No, not true. Well, my aunts didn't have any friends.
At all? No. But why, Vlad? Because you said they were depressed.
Yeah. Well, my mom had mental health stuff. It's not like she didn't have stuff, but I think it's personality as well.
Personality, the level of whatever depression or anxiety that you have. Because some people isolate so they don't feel like a burden to others. So it's like, if that's how you're feeling, you're not going to want to. But sometimes you're depressed that you need like that pull from someone else to kind of get you out of it and for you to kind of feel better about yourself type thing. But yeah.
Do you think it's possible to be isolated within a group of people?
Yes. I feel like when you think that no one else knows what you're going through. And that happens to me all the time, because the 10 days, Vlad, that I was by myself with Wallace, did we hang out?
No, we didn't.
No, we did not. We did not. And I feel because y'all don't be knowing what I be going through sometimes.
Well, we would if you just let somebody know.
If I let somebody know. But then you get like in your head when you're like, oh, well, no one really understands and it's a hot mess and my house isn't nice. Oh, it's, I haven't been cleaning or whatever. And that happens. It happens to, I feel like, everybody, you just got to get in this bubble when you think that you're alone, when you're really not. And that kind of happened at Friendsgiving too. Like, I was commenting on one of the girls that she was like, oh, I need help. And I was like, you would have never asked for help before. Like, this is great. Of course, I'm going to jump at the opportunity to help you.
So she asked you for help?
Yes.
She said,
she asked in our group text to everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going to jump at this opportunity because you never do this. Like, and I was working. I just worked at her house and put myself on Do Not Disturb, and we was cleaning and doing it up. Yeah. Well, we had a half day at work, so it was fine.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get R&R thrown off the air because you was,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. My work is always done, Vlad.
Yeah,
always. I'm a stellar unicorn employee.
So, wait, actually, time out. Real quick deviation. Can you explain what La Saber Mami means? Because Julie asked me the other day.
Oh, so we were looking up names because I was like, I need a name because you have all these names and I'm just Angie out here. So we were putting it in ChatGPT. You put some, I put some, and we were coming up, and it was on the list. And it was like, because I work in technology and this is like an online platform, and the girls call me mommy. So it was like cyber, like in the interwebs.
In the interwebs?
Yeah, computer interwebs.
The computer interwebs. Yeah. La Saber Mami is in the bedroom.
Yes.
Look at me in my this doesn't this just match with my hat?
All I need is one mic with your little hoodie on.
Yeah. All I need is one mic. Shout out Nas. Yeah, so anyway, but the reason why I asked that was because I saw a group of people and my aunts and uncles, and that's why I find fascinating. It's the basis for all of my work with men and in mental health advocacy is my family was the case study. And so as I've gotten older and went through my healing journey, and I'm still very well embedded in my self-discovery, I can't understand where I'm going without understanding where I've come from. If I don't want to be where I've come from, then that's fine. If there's certain things and aspects of my life that I don't want to repeat, even within my proximity, then that's fine. But I have to understand why those things existed in order for me to do something different. You mentioned on the last show that it's one thing to say that I don't want to be like this person. I don't want to have this life. But if you don't know why though that person is the way they are or why your life was the way it was, and you're just going to keep doing the same thing. It's going to look and kind of feel different, but end up being the same. Yeah. So my family is the most interesting case study because I saw my aunts and my uncles all in isolation, but yet living within each, like literally living with each other in the same apartment. And I was like, man, I ask myself all the time, what if my father had a men's winning circle? What if my uncles had the men's winning circle? But what if my aunts had a mom's club? Yeah. They're not moms. They weren't moms. And maybe they would have been because, I don't know, I didn't talk to my aunts like that.
Like why did they not get with someone, have children, or even just have children? Like, you don't have to be with someone.
I think my aunts didn't have children because they all pledged their lives to my grandmother. This happens often in the Caribbean where the dad, and this happened on both sides of my family. Both my mom and my dad, their fathers passed away young. My mom was a teenager. My dad was, I don't know, because the story changes every time. But for real, though.
Question mark.
It's like Grandpa died to because I don't know.
I was 5. I was 10. I was 15.
Yeah. And that's the marks of trauma. My man don't even, he probably doesn't even remember.
Yeah.
Right?
Ay, pobrecito.
Yeah. So, when I'm thinking about this, I'm looking at them and I'm just like, yo, they probably didn't start a life because they feel like they didn't deserve to have one outside of my grandmother. Why? Because they were raised by my grandmother while she was struggling to feed and clothe and house all of these kids, these 8 kids, right? And my grandfather had another family. He had other kids. As far as I know, he only had one, but who really knows in his life, right? And so I think to answer your question, the reason why they didn't have kids or partners is because they probably thought, how am I going to fit and prioritize a man, a partner, or a child over my mother who needs me? And damn, it sucks. You know, my aunt told me that one day. You know what she said to me? My aunt said, this is after my aunt Tata and dad who owned the house. She said, I was talking to her, I was driving, and I was working an escort detail. And that's when it was a very easy detail. There's just a big wide load truck and you just follow it to its destination, escort it so that people won't be doing it.
Right.
Easy money. So I call my aunt and I'm talking to her and she says to me, Vlad, I wasted my whole life.
Dang.
I was like, whoa, you ain't never said nothing but 3-4 words to me at a time for like the last 30 years. Why are we talking so deep now? But do go on. And she says, I lived my entire life for my mom. I didn't have no kids. I never had a partner. I didn't have any friends. I never went on vacation. I never left. When we came to Cambridge, I just stayed here and I built my life around her. Then she died. And then no less than 2 weeks after she's gone, my big sister is sitting right in her place. And now I have to take care of her. Because when my mother died, when my grandmother died again, these are all people who literally almost worshipped my grandmother and had no life outside of them, no identity outside of her. So when she died, my other aunt, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. She slipped right into dementia, almost. Well, not right in, but like very rapidly did. And
it's so important for like caregivers to receive like respite care themselves. Like they need a break, It's
true.
Yeah, all kind of caregivers. Like my sister and my mom take care of my dad. They also need breaks, and it took a while for them to get into that routine of getting breaks, but now they have like those systems in place. But it sucks. Kids, old people, elderly sisters, to your aunt's point, like, yeah, caregivers need a break. And it's November. It's National Caregiver Month.
It is?
It is.
Oh, it's also Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah. Receive some care, some breaks, reach out to somebody, their services. Like, it can't be 100% on one person to care for someone else all the time.
For that aunt particularly, she, like I said, she was a task rabbit. She literally did all the cooking. Grandma would kind of supervise, but she did all the cooking. She did all the sewing. She did all the baking. She was almost like Cinderella without the happy ever after, no glass slipper.
Yeah.
Just had a shoe full of cockroaches. That's it. So when she
I don't know why it's not funny, but the way you said it is funny. And I can't stand you.
Yo, it's so true though. Like, just had a shoe. And so she says to me, Angie, she says, I had no wife, I had no husband, no children, no friends, I barely had a career. She was disabled, I think, or injured herself, something like that. And now my big sister was there and I had to take care of her. I was resentful for that. And now she's gone. And now I realize that now my mom's gone and she's gone. I have nothing to show for my life.
Yeah.
And when she said that to me, it broke my heart. I was like, damn. And it made me think, what if you had a circle of people that could bring you, that were able to pull you out of the circle that you were born into?
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine now. I want people to imagine that, right? Imagine you place all this, and family, not all family, it's not as deep as blood. Like, blood is not always thicker than water.
Right.
Sometimes the family you're born with are afflicted by the same curse, if you want to call it a curse, but they're afflicted by the same curse, same trauma, same pain, similar outcomes, and they can't pull you out of the abyss because they need you to stay there with them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a subconscious. But what if you had friends? What if you had other family? What if you had family that you created and chose that could pull you out of the circle that you couldn't pull yourself out of? I strongly believe that if my aunts, uncles, because they all live the same way. I'm looking at my dad, my uncle, my aunt, they all live the same way, isolated and alone. That's how they live right now. Uncle Yu's over there. My Aunt Angie's over there. My father's over here. All alone, isolated, no friends coming to visit them. And we all know that the reason why dementia slips in and Alzheimer's slips in and stays is because of lack. Obviously, it's a genetic component, but I saw this with my mom's mom, because she lived with us. It's stimulation.
Yeah.
And when you live by yourself, bro, you're not going to be stimulated. And it's just sad. It's sad. But that is why I'm so happy that I don't have to live that way.
No.
Because here we are. And my son doesn't have to live that way. Your daughters don't have to live that way, because here we are.
We are.
In that conversation, in light of that conversation, the last piece I want to talk about real quick is the role of a strong support system for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have mostly everybody in our
Everyone
family.
put one.
A few, actually.
Of what?
there are a few people within our family extended village that are not married right now.
Yes.
And marriage is not like the hallmark achievement of your life, okay?
No.
Everybody has something different. But I will argue that sometimes the fine line between you and the brink of divorce or separation is you having friends that could pour into both of you and call you out on your shit.
We literally do that, Vlad, at a marriage ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have all these people there? You invite all these people. It's so they can be the community to help you stay married.
Oh.
So it's like, why even have a wedding in the first place if you're not going to reach out to these people that you invited to come and be a part of it?
I just thought people had weddings so that they can show off.
Well, I don't know if it's at least in like church weddings. You know, you have a marriage in a church. It's like the church prays for you, and it's like now they're part of like, you know, helping you, being a resource, like, you know what I mean? At least that's how I always understood it. So in my mind, I'm like, why would you feel like it's just you and your spouse against the world? I mean, technically it is, but not when you have like a support system. Like that's the reason that you had this big old wedding.
Well, you know, a lot of people would argue against that. A lot of people would argue and say that weddings are just for the bride and groom. But I'm going to be honest with you, we had a COVID wedding.
Yeah, just go to the courthouse then.
Yeah.
Or have a small wedding like you guys did.
We had a small wedding, and it was in the church, and it was only with our immediate family. But we were adamant about having an actual makeup wedding for a number of years. And what I found was when we were revisiting the list, just passively looking at the list, we're going through the list, and I'm like, oh, I would not invite this person, that person, this person, that person. Like I'm just moving people, removing people, plucking people like corn off. And many of these people were people that I worked with at the time that I was close with. But like then I wasn't even close with them. I'm like, I don't even like you. Why are you on my list?
Why are you on my list?
So think about how many people invite people to their wedding because they're trying to fill out seats and not actually fill out roles.
So I will say the people that came to my wedding that I actually invited, I still either speak to them or have some sort of communication throughout the year. Now, everybody that my mama invited, I haven't seen those people since. That's a different story.
Yo, you know what it is? Sis, everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but I feel like this is especially true for American weddings. I don't know how it is in Haiti or DR, but I feel like people just be trying to show off.
Oh, yeah.
And be like,
and weddings are so expensive.
We're so happy. Look at all these people. I've been at a couple weddings where, and this is wild. Okay, I've been at a couple weddings, sis, where the groom, like the bridal party, didn't know that the person was getting married. Their friend was getting married until they were asked to be a groomsman or a bridesmaid.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's just weird. Like they didn't even know they were getting married. I've been to several weddings where I was talking to one of the groomsmen and he was like, yeah, honestly, I was surprised that the groom selected me because we haven't spoken in years. So I'm like, then why the fuck? I'm like, yo.
It's too much. It's too much.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You're going to spend, what is it? I mean, this is back when we were looking at $50 a plate, $100 a plate for somebody you haven't spoken to in a decade. Or you haven't spoken to in a few years. Don't even know you're getting married. That you even on the brink of getting married. Why are you getting married?
Yeah, no.
Why are you getting married?
Yeah, and that, you know what? I've been asked to be in I'm not going to say a lot of weddings, but in a few weddings, and I've only said yes to 2.
This is Angie saying no. Well, you don't have the capacity for like better.
No, not even like that, Vlad. But in my mind, it's like we have to be like pimp tight for me to be in your wedding because I'm spending money.
Oh, wait, you said what tight?
Pimp tight, like together, like PIMP. That's not a saying. That's not cool anymore. We got to be like white on rice for me to be in your wedding because it's expensive to be in weddings, and 2, I need to believe in your marriage in order for me to say yes. You know, I need to believe in it. So I've only been in 2.
Ever been to a wedding that you didn't believe in?
No, I just respectfully decline.
Really?
Yeah, and I've been to a lot of weddings, but I've only been a part of 2.
Oh, a part of
like I belonged, like I was a bridesmaid.
So are you saying you've never been to a wedding that you didn't believe in, that you were a part of? Like you've never been a part of a wedding you didn't, like a marriage?
I've never attended.
Never attended, okay.
Yeah. And
So-
when people invite me to be part of their bridal party, I've only accepted 2 invitations. My line sister Christina, shout out Christina, and then of course everyone's favorite Tati Nanin, Darnell, and that's it.
Oh yeah, Darnell's cool stuff.
I believe in those 2 marriages, and I believed in those weddings, and that's how it is.
I'm not gonna lie, I've got 2 weddings in the front of my mind right now, and I haven't been to many, but I have 2 weddings that, one, I didn't know that later I would now no longer believe in the marriage, the institution of it, between those 2 particular people, and one that I just flat out was like, the only reason why I'm here is because I have to be here.
Yeah, obligation.
Yeah,
obligation city.
Yeah, I was like, I would not be here if it was on my own accord. And if you see the wedding pictures, the wedding pictures actually cement what I'm saying, because I'm a happy guy, but this is me the whole time. I was like, I was looking just like my picture over there,
your trooper pic.
My trooper picture when I was in the academy. People are like, why you look so upset? And it's because I'm like, you don't
What's
know.
What's fun about this?
First of all, there's nothing fun about it. Second of all, I was on Oxy at that time because I just had surgery.
Yeah, injuries.
So I'm just like, ain't nothing to celebrate here. But anywho, so yeah.
But yeah, that's wild that their friends didn't even know they were getting married, and then they're asked to be in the bridal party. But that just shows you, Vlad, how superficial some friendships are. And I'm too old for that. I don't do small talk. I ain't trying to meet people, daycare, grocery store, pickup line, wherever. None of it's going to be superficial like that. You know? Like, it has to be something of sustenance to me.
Not sus.
Sustenance.
Yeah.
You know? It's like...
Or substance.
You know? And these are the kind of people that they're making be at their weddings. Like, hey, I know I met you at the Market Basket checkout line. You want to be in my wedding?
Or how about this? If you meet somebody at a checkout line or a daycare, would you consider inviting them into the community that we've created?
Not after we have to hang out a few times to make sure that you're legit. You know? I
was telling our friend Glendy the other day because...
Oh, well, we know Glendy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a proximity thing now. It's like... Come hang out.
So she, without putting all her business out there, she's actually going to be a little closer to us now.
Yeah.
So I told her, I'm like, listen, welcome back to the
Walking
fold.
Moms Club, baby.
Walking Moms Club. So I was like, listen, we'll jump you in later. And by jump you in, I'm like, we all going to give you a hug.
Right.
And it's just so exciting when we have, like, look, when our house is full, and we had everybody here that one time, and it was just anarchy, straight up anarchy in our house. My heart was full.
Oh my gosh, 10 kids in the playroom, ridiculous.
We need to make that addition ASAP Rocky so the kids could go all the way over there. But like, you know, it's just, my heart is full. Everybody, especially when you guys stay over, and we make pancakes and eggs, and everybody's chilling, have some coffee, the kids are playing, watching. Like that's what matters.
It is what matters. And again, you know me, I'm going to turn my villager mode on, because when things are disarrayed, Angie comes and cleans it up. I hate to see a mess. I hate to see people not doing. Even at other people's houses, I'd be like, hey, husband, what are you doing?
She's not lying, yo.
Get your A up, you know?
Yeah, you could say the whole thing. Like listen, I'd be like, yo, bro.
And by husband, it ain't my husband. It's someone else's husband. But we in the village, and I'm going to tell you what to do.
Don't be pointing at me. Because
not you, in general. In general.
She's like, hey, ain't my husband.
Not my husband. In general.
Yo, I mean, that's real. And I would hope that if you're getting married, and we'll do this as a final thought, right? Whether you're getting married or shacking up for the long haul, you need a village. You need a system. We talk about building systems all the time. And you can't have, in my mind, a long form goal for your life. Like, you can't have longevity without systems, right? When you're at work, you can't expect to have a long career without a strong system of supervision and progressive promotion. You can't have a vision of a life or health if you don't have a system for exercise and discipline. And you can't have, contrary to what some people believe, you can't have a strong marriage without a strong system of support. To your point, that's why when people get married, you invite people. Why are you inviting people if you're not going to lean on them?
They're there to witness and to be the people that you're going to lean on, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point. But yeah, again, we weren't made to do life alone. We need others there. And they kind of get you out of like that rut. Okay, your marriage, you know, you have questions or something's happening. It's like, who are you going to go to kind of like bounce off ideas? Like, this is happening. Like, what do you think this is? You know, and you don't have to share everything from your marriage. It's still your marriage. It's still like your own little, you know, you and your spouse together. But there's people that care about you that are there if you need to reach out and kind of, you know, do life like that. So very important. Don't isolate.
Don't isolate. And look, I've seen this before where people get married and they say it's us against the world. And then when the world happens, us ain't enough. Us ain't enough. We need us plus something else, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to offer this to the group too. So let's think about the people who are watching today's episode and thinking about they're just starting out their families and they're just moved or they just bought a house or they just started a career. What are some of the criteria for them to create a strong familial system of support, whether that's blood or otherwise? What are some of the criteria when you're looking at those people come into the fold?
I would definitely say some sort of shared values, whatever it is that you hold near and dear to your heart that are similar to how you want to raise your kids and family that they have. And I would say also vulnerability. Like, you're not going to get those deep connections without showing some vulnerability, being open so they know that you're a safe space for them to be open. And it's like that reciprocity. Is that the word?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that give and take. Like, I'm going to tell you like my honest truth so you can share yours with me and we can be there for each other. So yeah, vulnerability is a big thing when you're trying to build those deep connections with a potential villager.
I'll agree. And to add to that, values, vulnerability, alignment too, right? And alignment encompasses all of those.
Right.
But the people, well, actually, your vulnerability is a bit depth as well.
Yes.
I'm going to add to that because, dude, I 100% feel you, Andrew, when you say I don't have time for small talk or chit chat or all that. It's like I can yap all day, but if you're going to be around my kids, if you're going to be within my life, if I'm going to welcome you into my house, there has to be depth to this relationship. I'm not looking to take on any more mentees. I have plenty of mentees. And I have mentors, and I want to be able to learn from you at some point, and I need you to be able to learn from me at some point. But if we're going to be fighting and going back and forth about things in an unhealthy way, then there's really no alignment here. If you're selecting somebody to help you do the greatest challenge of your life, especially, which is raising children, then that person has to be someone that you can trust spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally. Like, I got to be able, you have to make an emotional appeal to me if you want to be a part of this goodness that we've got here, because we got a lot of goodness in this group. Like, we go apple picking, we go medallion snapping, we go piano dueling, like we do it all. And you have to have high standards for that. Like, have some damn standards for your friends, especially the people you let around your kids. So that's what I have to say about that.
I like that.
Get your village, build your village, love your village, and build one that you can trust.
It's a lot of
that's going to be here for the long haul. Y'all know what it is. Support the podcast. Roots and Rhythm podcast is on the up and up. We've got some great things, exciting things that we are looking forward to announcing that we're working on. So I want you to take the pledge. If you are ready to get some life coaching and you have something that you want, or you have a topic that you want to chop it up with on this podcast, and you want to be a part of this platform, make sure you hit us up through the email, send us a DM, and let's work together. Let's get in rhythm.
Yes, and a lot of our topics do come from viewers like you. Hashtag PBS, hashtag support PBS.
NPR. Support NPR as well, please. I love that. I've heard that. I grew up listening my whole life listening. So yes, listen, build the village, experience the village, live the village. It's your boy Vlad the Bull, your #1 embrace coach.
And Angie La Cybery.
We are out of here. Stay rooted.
Deuces.
Thank you for listening to the Roots and Rhythm podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay notified for all our updates, including new episodes. Until next time, y'all, stay rooted.
got this watch, so it's counting my steps. It's pretty cool. But I need new tennis shoes, Vlad. I've had my tennis shoes since probably before Lana was born. So do you have any recommendations? I know you're on your fitness all the time.
I used to think that you had to spend at least $150 on shoes, sis, in order for you to actually get some quality ones. But I'm telling you, these new shoes that I tried out, it's like you're walking on air. Matter of fact, you don't even remember you're walking on them at all. It's like you don't even remember you put your shoes on. One time I thought I was barefoot. I'm like, yo, where's my shoes at?
Oh, I love that. And are they light?
Oh, they're super lightweight. They make my old shoes feel like dumbbells by comparison. I'm telling you, these shoes are comfortable, they're lightweight, and it doesn't even feel like you have them on. And on top of that, you can wear them anywhere. They're designed for people who are on their feet all the time, for the moms and dads who are chasing around the kids. So I would highly recommend them if you're looking for something new.
So what are they called and where can I get them?
You can get them at standplus.com. You go to standplus.com, put in our promo code 80X for an exclusive discount off of your next pair. They are the best all-day recovery shoes, so go ahead and get you a pair.
I'm excited. Thank you, Vlad.
Come on, let's do it.